In the quiet little town of Middle Creek, life was peaceful, predictable, almost too quiet for a boy named Tom. Tom had a heart full of curiosity and a spirit hungry for adventure. Every day, he'd wander to the edge of town, just past the last lamppost, where the old woods began. But one afternoon, something was different. The air hummed with a strange energy, and where the forest paths usually began, there was a shimmering curtain of light, swirling with colors he had never seen before. It looked like a liquid rainbow, beckoning him closer. Without a second thought, Tom took a deep breath, closed his eyes, and stepped through. He found himself in a place straight out of a storybook. The trees had leaves of silver and gold. The flowers glowed with a soft inner light, and the air smelled like honey and summer rain. This was a magic forest. Before he could even begin to take it all in, a small creature with long ears and a twitching nose hopped out from behind a mushroom as big as a stool. It was a rabbit, but not just any rabbit. This one wore a tiny waistcoat and held a pocket watch. "You are not from around here, are you?" the rabbit squeaked, his voice surprisingly deep. Tom, still stunned, just shook his head. "I'm Whiskers," the rabbit said, tucking his watch away. "And you've arrived at a rather dire time." He explained that the beautiful glow of the forest was fading. The silver leaves were beginning to tarnish, and the flowers were dimming. The very magic that gave the forest its life was weakening, day by day. "There is only one thing that can save us," Whiskers declared, his ears drooping sadly. "The Dreamstone. It holds the heart of the forest's magic, but it has been hidden for centuries, and its light is dimming. We must find it and restore its power." Tom, looking at the worried face of the little rabbit and the fading beauty around him, felt a surge of determination. His quest for adventure had just found its purpose. "I'll help you," he said, and with that, the greatest adventure of his life began. Their journey started in the Whispering Woods, a truly enchanting part of the forest. Here, the trees weren't silent. They hummed soft, ancient melodies that seemed to vibrate in the very air. As they walked, the leaves rustled in harmony, creating a symphony of nature. Whiskers explained that the trees were singing the old songs of the forest, tales of its creation and its magic. The tunes were soothing, but they also held a hint of sadness, a lament for the fading light. Tom found himself humming along, feeling a deep connection to this magical place. It felt alive, like a single, breathing being, and he understood more than ever why it needed to be saved. The path through the Whispering Woods was winding and mysterious, with glowing moss lighting their way like tiny lanterns. It was beautiful, but a sense of urgency propelled them forward. After leaving the musical trees behind, they arrived at the bank of a wide, bubbling river. But this wasn't a river of water. It was a slow-moving, translucent river of what looked and smelled like raspberry jelly. "The Jelly River," Whiskers announced, "and it's impossible to cross. You just sink right in." As they pondered their gooey predicament, a voice hooted from a branch above. "Who goes there, seeking to cross my sweet stream?" Perched on a thick bough was a large, wise-looking owl with spectacles perched on his beak. "To cross the river, you must answer a riddle," the owl hooted softly. "I have cities, but no houses. I have mountains, but no trees. I have water, but no fish. What am I? Tom thought hard. He pictured the object in his mind. Cities, mountains, water, but none of the things that normally come with them. Whiskers paced back and forth, muttering to himself. Then, Tom's eyes lit up. A map, he shouted. The owl blinked its large eyes and smiled. A rare sight indeed. Correct, he hooted, with a flap of his great wings. A bridge of solid licorice unrolled across the Gilly River, firm and sturdy. They thanked the wise old owl and hurried across, the sweet scent of raspberry filling the air. The other side of the river was rockier, leading up into hilly terrain. The landscape was changing, and they knew they were getting closer. As they climbed higher into the craggy hills, they heard a small, whimpering sound coming from behind a large boulder. Peeking around it, they found a tiny dragon, no bigger than a house cat. Its scales were the color of emeralds, but its face was streaked with tears of what looked like molten gold. It was tangled in a patch of thorny vines. Careful, whispered Whiskers. Even baby dragons can breathe fire. But Tom saw only a creature in distress. He slowly approached, speaking in a calm, gentle voice. He carefully untangled the thorns one by one, freeing the little dragon. The baby dragon, whose name they learned was Sparky, was incredibly grateful. Instead of being fearsome, he was playful and affectionate, nuzzling against Tom's leg like a puppy. When they told him about their quest for the Dreamstone, Sparky's eyes lit up. He let out an excited chirp and gestured with his head toward a tall, sheer cliff face. It looked like a dead end. But then, Sparky took a deep breath and puffed out a small, perfect smoke ring. The smoke ring drifted towards the cliff and, instead of dissipating, it passed right through the rock, revealing a hidden opening for just a moment before the rock sealed again. They had found it, the entrance to the hidden cave. Sparky chirped again, a sound of encouragement, and showed them the secret stone to press to open the way. With their new friend leading the charge, they stepped into the darkness of the cave. Inside, the air was cool and still. The only light came from glowing crystals embedded in the walls, casting long, dancing shadows. The path sloped gently downward, leading them deeper into the earth. Finally, they entered a vast, circular cavern. In the very center, on a natural stone pedestal, rested a crystal that pulsed with a faint, gentle light. It was a dreamstone, but it wasn't unguarded. A figure stood beside it, tall and indistinct, made of shifting, gentle shadows. It wasn't menacing, but it radiated an ancient, powerful presence. It was a guardian of the stone. The shadow creature didn't speak with a voice, but its thoughts flowed into Tom's mind. The stone's power comes not from force, but from the heart. It answers to a true and selfless wish. What do you wish for, child of the outside world? Tom looked at the dimming stone, then back at Whiskers, whose nose was twitching with worry. He thought of the whispering woods, the Gilly River, and the fading glow of the magical flowers. He didn't wish for treasure or power for himself. He closed his eyes and focused all his energy on one pure, simple thought. I wish for the forest to be happy and healthy again. He wished with all his heart. I wish for its magic to return, for all the creatures who call it home, for peace and kindness to fill this world. As he made his wish, a warmth spread from his chest. The dreamstone responded instantly. The faint light inside it erupted into a blinding, brilliant glow, pouring out into the cavern and surging up through the rock. The light was pure and warm, filled with joy and life. The shadow guardian seemed to nod in approval before melting back into the darkness, its duty fulfilled. The cave trembled as a wave of magic rushed outwards, back towards the surface. Whiskers cheered, and Sparky did a little loop-the-loop in the air, puffing out happy smoke rings. They had done it. They hurried out of the cave and were met with a breathtaking sight. The magic forest was reborn. The leaves on the trees shimmered with a renewed silver and gold, brighter than before. The flowers glowed with vibrant, pulsating colors, and the air itself sparkled with motes of golden light. The whispering woods were singing a joyful, triumphant anthem that echoed through the hills. The jelly river bubbled with effervescent glee. All the creatures of the forest came out of their homes, chattering and celebrating the return of the magic. Tom felt a deep sense of satisfaction, a warmth that had nothing to do with the magic and everything to do with helping his new friends. His adventure was over. It was time to go home. Whiskers and Sparky led him back to the shimmering portal at the edge of the forest. "We will never forget what you did for us," Whiskers said, giving Tom a firm handshake with his tiny paw. Sparky nuzzled his leg one last time. With a final wave, Tom stepped back through the portal. He was standing by the old lamppost again, just as the first stars of the evening began to twinkle in the sky. The town of Meadow Creek was just as quiet as when he had left, but for Tom, the world felt infinitely bigger and more wonderful. He hadn't just found a magic forest. He had found the real magic in the world, the magic of friendship, courage, and the simple, powerful act of kindness. And he knew, deep in his heart, that this was only the beginning of his adventures. Thanks for watching our story today. If you enjoyed Tom's adventure, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more magical tales. We'll see you next time.